travel out of our minds into our hearts, standing by.
Can you maybe explain for the viewers in short where the movie is about?
Well, the whole project is about travel out of our minds into our hearts, standing by. So when that song was written, and my wah and my bass do-ga-da-don't, I all of a sudden saw the message, and it came in those words. And when the words just come out like that, and you don't have to like think about it, and it just goes travel out of our minds into our hearts, standing by, I understood that was the message of the project. And that is an old message. It is ancient. It's Adam and Eve. It's man and woman. It's machine in nature. It's life and death. It's spiritual. It's political. It's that thing that lives in all of us all the time, and I believe might be even more present as the future unfolds and the planet dies and our hideous structures get bigger, stronger, uglier. That is just becoming, it's an old story, but it is very important to continue to question, and the cry of out of our minds, the song and the idea in the film is to invite people to lose their minds and to follow more this. And if someone might not understand time travel, it's like, well, if you don't understand time travel, then you're missing out on something. Because if you understand, like, the surface of this world built on banks and buildings, then you're missing this whole other thing, which is all the stories in between. And I've always been in love with the notion that half of what's really going on we don't see. So in Out of Our Minds, the film, it was to show that there's these, the main location in the film is the woods, and it goes from modern day to 1007, say, Viking era, and then to like 1850 at a logging camp. So I just chose 3 time periods that I thought were interesting to me, and I explored that conflict, whether it's an axe and a tree, whether it's a witch and a Viking, or a woman in a car. That was just a couple of ways to say the same thing that we've always been exploring, but saying it in 2010 in a woman who comes from rock music. It's just one of the many different ways to explore what I feel is just an important old question of how will these two places fit. And at the end of the day, in my attempt to mix all the media, mix all of the messages, and love the Viking and the witch equally. It's not that one is good and the other one is bad, but they both are there. And even in just the making the film, it was a musician and a filmmaker equally. There was a female and a man equally. And that, to me, might make somebody feel something, even if they don't understand the film, or they just hear the song, or they decide to buy the whole deluxe package with the vinyl and the CD and the film and the comic book and the making of, and they read my blog. You have options. You can have all of it, or you can have one song, and I'm hoping that no matter what version of Out of Our Minds you feel, you'll get the same message, which is, I just encourage you to find a part of your heart that maybe you were forgetting yesterday. And that ultimately, that will make you a little happier. And if you're a little happier, then maybe you'll do something more helpful tomorrow, and maybe that will help somebody else be happy. And then maybe, I mean, it's really, it's just a big, big story.
Yes.